Okay. A little red dot. Meow. There is... Okay, well, there's one preview image. There's both preview images. Cool. Cannot see my mouse. No, it can't. Uh-oh. Is the game not responding? Slightly concerned about the not being able to see my mouse thing. Meow. Wait, there it is. Alright. Greetings, one and all. It is I, Sir Hoshicat, purveyor of perfect plays, back on what I'm going to call for now Work It Out Wednesday, because I like a little alliteration a little too much. Hello, Weep Thief. Welcome to the stream, sir. How's it going? Oh my goodness. Okay, I didn't know. I thought we just stayed on the title screen. I didn't know it did crazy carp like that. The art style is going to creep me out a little bit. This is very much. Hello, Metabel. Welcome to the stream. Hey, glad you can make it. Glad to see you both. So, meow, guys. I decided that I needed a palette cleanser for a week or two before we get to the DLC for the Outer Wilds. Just seemed. I don't know, it seemed like it would have been sort of cramming too much back to back of Outer Wilds in, and I needed like some time to digest. And okay, well that's more peaceful. We have a cabin on the hill now. That's nice. It's it's already tried to get you. The game has already tried to get me. Okay, so full disclosure, I have played about 20 minutes of the demo. So the very first couple of screens here I'm gonna have some familiarity with. But then it's completely blind. And I haven't looked up anything about this. I'm going purely on the recommendation of Weep Thief and Arca, who both said this game looked cool, and I looked into it, and yeah, it looks cool. So, anyway, guys, I guess without further ado, let us begin the game. Let me know if you notice any tearing with the cursor, by the way. On the test recordings, I got some screen tear where the cursor would like leave a trail, and that was a thing. So if that happens here, oh well, but it is what it is. We'll just have to go on. We think you shall be along a path in the woods for sure. Maybe some princess killing. I don't know.
You're on a path in the woods.
Speak of.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
The narrator is really good in this game. And while I love doing voices, one thing I'm happy about is that this will let me rest my throat. Because I'm not trained in doing voices, I just do them, and apparently the training is what teaches you how not to destroy yourself. Hello, Arca. Welcome to the stream, sir. There's definitely a cabin, and inside is a princess.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
This is what we're told. This is what we're told. Metabel, I dig the vibe already. Me too. It's really sucking me in. I only played 20 minutes, but... Okay, so we interact in the form of interrogating the narrator, which is pretty cool. Arca, game is a bit quiet to your voice. Okay, hold on. I only turned it down a little bit, and I can't turn him up much more. I can turn the music back up. Let's see if that does anything. If not, I can try. I'm reticent to turn down my mic because I got the gain in a good location for it. Maybe I could try turning up system sound if it persists. Anyway, let me know, guys. Thank you. This kind of feedback is helpful. Okay. The end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? We don't get the chance to ask all of these. Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? And, oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to offer Monarch. Viva la Revolution. Wow, there's a lot of options here. Silently continue to the cabin or turn around and leave. I'm tempted to turn around and leave just to see what happens there. But I think I'm gonna do this by doing basically what I did in the demo. So just for the first round. Okay, so I actually asked, have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
It's not really addressing my question.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Okay.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Please do.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a causal statement, isn't it? If the princess leaves the cabin, then the world will end. That's absolutely causality. The fact that we are experiencing, like, thrownness, existentially.
No use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Messy egg.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Okay, but thou must. I don't think I do, though. I think I could still turn around, right? I could still turn around. Okay, I think we can ask one more thing. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Whoa, okay, well, first of all, my objection was killing someone at all, not killing a princess in particular. But I see why you took it that way. Okay, explore options do not change the current choice before you, I think, but might have a knock-on later effects. Okay. There's something, I don't want to say it until we get there, but there's something that's already occurred to me as a possible hidden mechanic. Having to do with this kind of thing. So, that's interesting to know about the immediacy. But I think they may actually inform what ends up happening in a different way. I'll mention that in a bit. The end of the world, what are you talking about? Let's get the basics.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Just keep saying that. But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Don't think about it. Just go stab a total stranger. That's, you know. This narrator is definitely not giving me much in the way of a moral context or framework. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Especially because this is a weird, like, existentially sudden situation.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
I mean, everyone wants the game world to end when you beat it.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
I hope I'm not very, very evil, although apparently you want me to stab somebody. I think nihilists just think nothing matters, so they probably wouldn't care one way or the other. Do you have any evidence to back up your supposition?
You're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
What journey? You just told me I'm just here for no reason. Alright. Meow. Okay, we can try to abdicate responsibility. That one seems a bit silly. Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? I presume the reward is that the world doesn't end. Forget it, I'm not doing this. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. And if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with. Oh, okay, you know what? This is what I picked last time, so we're gonna pick it this time. Alright, I'm sold. Let's go do it.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing.
They're just like, finally, stopped asking questions. Alright.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay. We have the slay time. I mean, that's what we're going to try to do the first time. Okay, I'm going to make a save. Just because I can. I wish I could name the saves. That would be helpful.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Okay.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ah, okay. This is my internal doubts coming forward.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay. Who are you, though? Like, at least voice of the hero is like one of my archetypal internal complexes. You're just the narrator. Like, what? Are you a reliable narrator? Can I take what you say to be true, or are you possibly lying or misinformed?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Okay, so I believe we can simply interact with the environment. Can we touch it? No, we have to do it through the menu. If I ask the second voice in my head, I think we get a third and a fourth voice too. I seem to recall that from the demo. Middle of this game is going to give my brain a workout. I can already tell. It's already, like, just setting the tone like this is interesting. I think we're going to get some neat stuff here. Okay, let's take the blade. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
There are plenty of ways to kill people without weapons, but yes. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Oh, she talks up here. Okay.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
I mean, it is her basement.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, okay, we get, Hi, just checking in on you, or hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
I mean, that was the plan? Sure, that's not hard to do.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
There are two manacles, though, one of which is unoccupied. There's nothing else here. It's just cobblestones, a little window, and a princess, who probably shouldn't look this clean here. Like, if you're just living in the middle of a... Anyway, this is obviously fairy tale styles, but, hi.
She's so cold.
Hey, how's it going,
beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
That's a little on the nose. Everyone's a little too on the nose. The narrator's, like, relentless in driving us towards this, and she's prescient about what's happening. Okay. I believe... Okay, on my first playthrough, I went... There's no point talking. I'm gonna just see what happens if I proceed directly towards this. And I mean on my demo run. So we're gonna try to do the same thing. I'm basically gonna try to recreate the same situation. So steel your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
How that look she's giving me.
Oh? No talking
She
then?
looks disgusted.
Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
The narrator.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Okay, logic fail, I can throw knives. So,
you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
yeah. Her attitude is reinforcing what the narrator was saying. Like, if you're really a helpless princess in a basement, why are you, unless you are extremely coldly Machiavellian in your manipulation skills, Metabel, there's a very ritualistic feel to this whole setup, definitely.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
You probably just house arrest. Don't seem to be a big deal to me. If this is her house and she got arrested, you're like, she doesn't like furniture or plumbing or anything else. Okay, what if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm sorry, can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade. Drop the blade, slay the princess. Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Mission accomplished?
Oh.
Yeah.
This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
I mean, it should be, except that we were magically dropped on a path in a weird world where apparently not killing you ends the world. Like, yes, in real world, this would work.
She's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course it is. She's dead. I'm not sure I feel like she has to have some kind of trick up her sleeve. Of course not. That was too easy. Let's be credulous. Of course it is. She's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's
over. Is that an actual ending? Because that would be hilarious.
You make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
Well, I mean, we have. We killed someone.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
Appeal to utilitarianism doesn't often salve the conscience.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Okay, leave the cabin.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
What world? You just dropped us in this world.
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
Okay.
What happened?
We erased the world.
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here.
Whoa.
This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Who's everyone? What is... This narrator is weirding me out. Because, like, the immediate vibe I'm getting is that, like, the world is a manifestation of the princess's dream or something. And so she's locked here. But then why would we kill her? Then you'd want to keep her alive here indefinitely, if that was the case. If she was, like, the dream anchor for this world, then you wouldn't want to kill her, because this would happen. That's bull hockey. Let me out of here. Oh, okay. I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world. Yeah,
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward.
I probably should have asked about the reward earlier.
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
I don't trust him.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
How would I... Well, I do meditate a lot.
Psst.
I guess I've just been meditating the whole time.
We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Now I'm talking to myself. Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy. Hell no, do you have any idea how to get us the heck out of here? Of course we are. I like it here. Yeah. Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
Bingo. We're not really happy. Okay. Okay, maybe I'm not happy. And I'm not just saying that because you're the last person I talked to.
Good. Because I have an idea to get us out of here. Though you're probably not going to like it.
Oh, do I have to slay the protagonist now? Is that what's happening?
Blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
Knives is the solution to everything in this game, apparently. Okay.
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
Weep thief. Wow, so cool. I'm happy. Or not.
He's right.
Existential on
It's
weight.
the only way out.
Yeah. Spend long enough in the middle of a void in a cabin with nothing to eat or do or anything, and that blade starts to look mighty friendly.
Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
What wonderful place! Look at this place! I'd go nuts. I would have already, chopped up this table and tried to do, like whittling out of it with the knife and things.
Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Okay. Explore. Wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead? Anything to get out of this hell? You're right, I didn't like that idea. I'm just going to stick around and do nothing, at least for a little while longer.
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it.
Killing yourself would result in your death.
In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever.
I mean, how long have we actually been here? Do we know it's going to be like this forever?
I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work.
Okay, so the voice of the hero is not just flavor. He seems like another narrator. I mean, obviously it's a form of narration, but I don't, as opposed to being our own psychological complex, the voice of the hero almost seems like an autonomous narrating device as well.
That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
It didn't stop me from slaying the princess. You better be right about this. I will be pretty upset if we die. I'm not risking death over your weird hunch. Anything to get out of this hell, and you're right, I didn't like that idea, blah, 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 blah. I say we go ahead with it, because otherwise there won't be much of a game. It's interesting. Okay, I did one thing differently on my demo playthrough. Here, just quick before we advance. I said, are we sure she doesn't have a weapon, before I proceeded to kill her. I didn't just do nothing with the talking and proceed immediately to do it. And what happened was that as I killed her, she pulled a knife out of nowhere and stabbed me. And the narrator said something like, you foolishly manifested the knife for her. And so I meant to do the exact same thing so I could point out that same mechanic, but I'm going to say it instead. I think what we say influences the world in almost a new age occultic manifesting kind of sense, where our intention and our belief becomes reflected by the game world. But we did something different this time. I went straight through. I didn't hesitate. I didn't say, what if she has a weapon? I just killed her. And so it worked. So anyway, so sorry to spoil that other routing, but we weren't going to get it this time. So I'm thinking that what we ask about and then what we do actually influences the outcome of the action we take. Okay. So, for instance, you'd better be right about this. I'd be pretty upset if we die. It makes me think we might die. Whereas, okay, you know what? I'm going to save, and I'm going to see if that happens. You better be right about this. I'd be pretty upset if we die.
If we die? You can yell at me all you want.
No, I can't. What's the point?
I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss?
Oh.
You ingrate.
Minabelle, I'm glad these voices all know exactly what you should do. Yes, yes. I'd be completely lost if I had to, rely on my own problem solving. We're going to be relying on our own problem solving. Okay, the narrator made this happy little place for you. Made it. That indicates to me that he also made this whole frickin' situation and this world. That's a real possibility.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs.
Yeah, I didn't say I was going to do it in the basement. I said I was just going to do it.
The princess's body is dust and bones.
Wow.
Though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
Oh, we left it there. Okay, all right.
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Look at our hands. Like, I noticed this already with our cursor, but look at our hands. These are not human hands. We are some kind of monster.
The end. Nice knowing you.
Okay. Did we die? Is that the end of the world? Arca bored.
Path
What do you mean bored?
Arca,
congrats, you won. Thank you.
Cabin.
Hey, we solved the game.
And
We
in
slayed the
basement
princess.
Of that cabin is a princess.
We did it! Hey, alright, so that was Slay the Princess. I'll see you guys back here next week for Echoes of the Eye, and, oh, Arca board is in bird. Ah, I see, okay, alright. Wait, there was a bird there? I didn't even notice a bird. Meow. Okay, we're gonna save again. Return. Alright, that's the exact same line, right? As in
You're
the
here
first
to
cycle?
Slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so we said, will we die, and we did die, but we ended up in the time loop anyway. So that's interesting. Explore, oh you bastard, you're in for it now, I'm wise to your tricks. Explore, I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Explore, wait, hasn't this already happened? Explore, okay, no. Explore, but I killed myself, what am I doing here? Okay, oh you bastard, you're in for it now, I'm wise to your tricks. I like that.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time.
Okay, so does he really not remember us? Or is he pretending not to remember this? Orica, just the dragony scales and talons remind me of a bird. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes,
If he
I
doesn't
can see
remember
that.
what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I was thinking more sort of like werewolf-style monster. We've got you now, Mr. Narrator.
It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
Voice of the Cold. Okay, so our cold, hard killer self has now manifested a narrator as well.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
But we already did it. It's like if you're saying my heart's in the right place to do it, oh man, that just breaks my brain a bit. Okay. Proceed to the cabin, turn around and leave. Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Weep thief. Ooh, cool. The third voice in my head.
Let's say
Are there going to be
for a
4?
moment that
Are there
this
going to be
really
5?
is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
A version of you. So multiverse theory, maybe?
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Well, I slayed the princess. The world still ended, for me anyway. And then, you're right, I didn't listen to you in that I killed myself, but it's... Okay, just a second. By the logic of what happened and what the narrator said, then it's not just slay the princess or the world will end. It's slay the princess and remain in the cabin forever in her place, or the world will end. And even then, the world ends, but not for you, not in your locality. This is really weird.
We listened to you plenty. We slew the princess just like you asked us to, and then you locked us away in an empty void for eternity. So we slew ourselves too.
Man, Voice of the Cold just says it like it is.
Well, if you killed yourself, then you weren't listening to me, because I would never want you to do that. Believe it or not, I care about you.
Is this the kind of care where you love and want our well-being, or is it the kind of care where I'm a useful tool that you want to keep on the shelf?
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything?
If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Man, well, I knew this game would give my brain a workout. I did too, although I figured it would be a pretty surreal kind of workout. I think we're going to have to... it's going to be like narratively convoluted logic as opposed to real logic, you know, like straight line logic.
What do you mean?
It's pretty cool
of course
so
there weren't
far.
any consequences. We slew the princess, the world outside the cabin disappeared, we died, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
It sounds that way, but did we leave behind an empty universe and now we're in another one? And how the frell did the narrator make that place for us in the first place?
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got
Yes.
back. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
That's assuming there's anyone else there but me and the princess. Because I haven't seen anyone yet, and the narrator is just saying, like, no birds, no trees, no people. Okay, no more trees, but we haven't seen birds or people yet.
It doesn't matter, because we didn't fail to slay her. And if she's really back, which I doubt, it'll be just as easy to do it again. But after that nasty trick you pulled on us, maybe she's not the only one around here in need of slaying.
Ooh. Okay, I kind of like this voice of the cold guy.
Just
He's
stay
got
focused, will you?
he's got some ideas. All right, let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Oh, you're getting short with me. Okay, if anything, the world ended after I slew her. When I tried to leave, everything was gone. Last time around, I stabbed her in the heart and she died. How can someone like that end the world? Who locked her in the basement? What is this place? Okay, alright. This is sort of the most pressing. If anything, the world ended after I slew her. When I tried to leave, everything was gone.
That's a good point. How do we know we didn't have things backwards? Maybe slaying the princess was what ended the world, not the other way round.
Yes, despite what the narrator assured us.
Yes, maybe this whole thing was a trick to get us to end the world. And now we get to go through the whole charade again, wholly aware of what's waiting for us at the end.
Oh man, should we do the exact same thing again? Just to establish that?
But that's assuming she's alive in that cabin. We did kill her, after all.
Yeah, but we killed ourselves too.
You're going to find her in the cabin. If the princess had actually been slain, you wouldn't be here.
Incorrect, narrator. We've already established this.
And let me assure you, killing her will not end the world. I don't know what you think happened to you last time, but it's a load of nonsense. You'll get your happy ending. I promise.
Okay. Unreliable narrator. Narrator is decidedly unreliable.
Well, that's exactly what we're afraid of. Really? Living happily ever after sounds that bad to you?
We just tried it.
Well, there's no use arguing over your masochism. The cabin awaits.
Your idea of happily ever after, not cool. Not cool. Alright. Last time around I stabbed her in the heart and she died. How can someone like that end the world? This seems like a fairly naive question, especially considering what we've experienced so far. Who knows how she could end the world, right? She certainly sounded like someone who felt like she had some power even though she was chained to a wall. But what I want to know is who locked her in that basement and what is this place? Although I kind of expect the narrator to dodge this.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Zarkov, narrator. Okay, let's ask it anyway.
She just can. You'll have to trust that what I'm saying is true.
Arca, very helpful narrator, yes. Very. If by very you mean not at all and possibly misleading. Okay, if people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this.
Oh, I'm special.
Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are.
I am hero protagonist. I am special. Arca, bro just touched me. Just trust me, it's all cool. If we mean like the condom, we're on, Mr. Narrator. Like, why are we here? Why are we here exactly? Minimum, maybe Mr. Narrator doesn't have the answers. True. Maybe it's not just that he's not willing to give them to us. Maybe he doesn't remember cycle to cycle. Like, for all I know, each multiverse instance has a different narrator who has created a different cabin. He definitely said he made the frickin' cabin, though. He said that.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Yeah, don't get an inflated ego, hero.
Of course we're special.
Voice of the Cult is unsurprised. It's like, I know I'm special. I'm awesome. Here, sorry, just a second. Okay, you're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
Extremely simple. This is the simplest situation I've ever run into, clearly. And I mean, it is made up of only a few elements, but they've taken that and they've already made it incredibly mind-blowingly weird. Okay, that is a crazy theory for what looks to be a crazy game.
This is boring. He's clearly not interested in talking. So let's just do as he says. And maybe he'll stop bothering us.
Why are you capitalizing he for the narrator like he's God? That is either a weird tell, or the voice of the cold has begun to project that into the narrator. Biarca, it's already pretty crazy and we just started. Okay, that is all, right, narrator.
Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
No. I'm gonna leave.
Oh. There's something else out there. Alright.
I don't want to do that again right
Let's
now.
see what we can find. It's bound to be more interesting than doing the same thing over again.
I turned around.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave?
Nope.
Do you even know where you're going?
I have no idea. Okay, fine, you're persistent. I'll go to the cabin, I'll slay the princess. Ugh. Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin, I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't. I guess we'll see. Lie, yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going, the cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. It's like I said, I'm pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn, but beyond our own. Quietly continue down the pathway away from the cabin. That one.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yes. And I'm happy about it. This is the same image, it's just been flipped, I think. The background.
That's
Oh
strange.
look, the cabin!
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Okay, I suspected this would be the case, but thou must. But thou must go to the cabin. Okay.
Oh, how quaint. He really wants us to go in there, doesn't he?
Okay, first DM trick in the book. Yeah, exactly. I was like, it's not just gonna let us walk away. Like, my other option in my mind was like, maybe it's gonna have like a long, like pointless, you walk around doing nothing sequence. But no, he just directly took us back to the cabin. Yeah, right, Weep Thief? Turn around again and leave again. I don't think this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Totally.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me.
I don't know,
I've
man.
already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
We've done that already. We know that happens no matter what we do. I'm leaving.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Meow.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again.
Oh.
Everything is getting fuzzy.
Oh my.
What's going on? Where are we?
The image is being eaten slowly.
I don't know. But it feels like home.
Oh wow. Right, Mehitabel? It's really good. I think this is all one person too. This is one person doing like 3 different voices, it sounds like to me. Far better than I can do 3 different voices. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothingness. It is quiet. Oh no, we ended up back in the eternal nothingness anyway, but with no cabin to sit in. Orca, spooky. There is a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Oh, dude! Oh, no thank you. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Oh, Weep Thief, oh yes, this part. Orca hands! So Weep Thief's seen this bit. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. That's a nice phrase. The glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. I need something empty I can crawl inside of. I need something shaped like me. Oh, man. Oh, the hands are being eaten away too. Oh no, that's just behind the menu. I thought this was the environment changing. Arca helping hands like Labyrinth. Is it up or down? I love that movie. Okay, Mahidabel, I know we aren't too far in, but this game is starting to make me think of what you get if Clive Barker wrote a Choose Your Own Adventure. But I could see that. I could totally see that. Okay, do we want to let the vessel empty and embrace the thoughts around me, or do we want to wake up? Because I think if we wake up, we're just going to end up in the same place, but this sounds like a really bad idea. I'm actually kind of torn here. This one feels like what we would instinctively do, and it also feels like possibly the correct heroic move, because we don't want to just be emptied out and become whatever these things want us to become. But this seems like we might learn more. I think I'm going to embrace the thoughts. I think we're going to try that. Oh, wait. Ah, I can save. Okay, embrace the thoughts constricting you. Weep Thief, I think embrace the thoughts, though this part is a version I haven't seen. Like a save state, exactly. Exactly. Urgency. You have a story you need to finish. It is the only way for us to escape this place. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. Denial. Return to your destined path or face the consequences. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Oh, man.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
And that achievement, that second achievement, said the real Slay of the Princess starts here. Okay, guys. This is what, cycle 3?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah. It's the end of the world, everybody get up. Note, you can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or R1 on your controller. I'm actually playing with a mouse this time, as you guys might be able to tell. With the rewind time, you want to see what the other one does? So we could do that. And here we go again. No, actually, I think I'll just leave it here. That save state was neat and all, but I was thinking that might have been an ending state, where it was like, okay, we empty you out, and now you're nothing, and now the story ends. Yeah, Weep Thief, I mean loop resets. Okay. The end of the world, what are you talking about? Blah, 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 blah. Can't someone else do this? Okay, do we not have awareness of this time? This is exactly the same set. So this time we don't have the whole, like, but I just killed her thing going on. Okay, let's try just flat out digging our heels in this time. Forget it. I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Weed thief. The bold text is kind of sus, you know. Is that it? Is that all you have to say? No, you have to do it. Oh, okay. Okay. Because you said it. And the world is because she locked up. We did ask that. Killing a princess seems kind of bad. You consider that maybe I'm okay with the world ending. Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Look, I'll go to the cabin, I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say, then maybe. Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. We didn't say that one previously.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
I've no doubt I shall.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Okay, so my internal complexes don't appear to realize we've been through a loop this time.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He doesn't. Okay, into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Cabin looks the
air
same.
is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
For now, I'm not skipping dialogue just because, like, I'm trying to soak it in. Eventually, if we go through many, many, many cycles, I'm sure we'll start skipping dialogue. Okay, do we want to take the blade, or do we want to enter the basement without taking the blade this time? Let's see what happens if we go in without a weapon.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Because, like, there's a thought I had, which is the game might expect you to wrestle with the idea of killing her for a few cycles, or maybe even just for a little while before you try it the first time. Instead, we went like, let's do it, we did it, and then we saw that it didn't work out. So now we're gonna approach this in a more investigatory fashion, right? Midabelle, I like how even though we switched games, we're keeping to this time loop sort of theme. Yeah, I thought that was appropriate, actually. When I started playing this and I realized it was like another Groundhog Day scenario, I was like, okay, that fits, that fits. Weed Thief, no knife is an interesting choice, you shall see. Okay.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
That sounds completely different. Last time she sounded way more sure of herself.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Okay, voice acting, baby. It's, Voice of the Hero is way more impressed with that than I was, though. That was not a hypnotizing voice to my mind. She just sounds scared.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Yes, this feels like a dangerous game no matter what I do. Okay, hi, that's what we did next time. Just checking in on you. I'm here to save you. Lie, I'm here to save you. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you, or continue down the stairs. Let's be friendly this time. At least for now. I am playing this pretty intuitively, so we'll see how we feel. But just checking in on you.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
Who's they? Can I ask who they are?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Okay.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
She's completely different. Her entire attitude is 100% different. Just because we didn't bring a knife. Okay. Thoughts reading these. Hold on, let's talk a bit first. Probably gets us into talking, obviously. I'll see what I can do, examine the chains. I'm slightly worried she's going to kill me while I do that. Slightly worried. However, if we're coming in wanting to be kind... So what happens if we actually free if we free the princess? Because like that's something I would like to test if we can. If we free the princess, thus testing the narrator's assertion, right, that the world will end. We know that if we do slay her, the world ends. So anyway, let's see. But I think she might kill me. We thief, dangerous femme fatale beauty. Yeah, but we know she's dangerous from her previous cycle. This time she doesn't seem like it. Like, if I was coming in here credulously, I wouldn't think she was, she seems like damsel in distressy. Midabelle, I think we're losing Mr. Hero. Mr. Hero... I don't trust any of them. Like, for all I know, Mr. Hero is also projected as a third-party narrator, and they're there to influence me into feeling certain things. Anyway, let's examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
I'm making this more difficult. Sorry, who's the godlike demiurge trapping me in this weird Gnostic prison?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I haven't done anything yet.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing.
Okay, Voice of the Hero is on board with this plan.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
That's not going to do
They're
much.
large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
There's that word again, imagine.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No. I also don't see a keyhole.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Can we manifest a key?
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I don't know. Now the narrator's trying to convince us not to check. Okay, I'm gonna check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. Let's try that.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
Thank you. Much more pleasant encounter
You
this
attempt
time.
to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Weed thief, let us imagine then. Rainbow, yeah. We'll, were that we could just imagine our way to a good ending, but I think that's going to be a part of the functioning. I don't know, I could be totally wrong, but one of my early theories is manifestation matters. Okay. The narrator has blocked us.
Is someone else here?
Well, the narrator's here, and you're here. Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Okay, now we're both locked in here, and I don't have a knife either way. Hey, let me out of here.
Shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Narrator, why don't you slay the princess then? Huh? If you have all these godlike powers over the world, why don't you just do it? Okay.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Easier for what? Easier for getting us stuck into the
Easier
same
for
time
who?
loop? Yeah. See, Hero's on board. Hero gets it.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I mean, I could still choke us to death with the chains or something. I don't know.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Who are they, lady? Who are we talking about?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates
Dude!
before raising her arm to her mouth,
Oh.
her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Okay, content warning. My word. One of the reasons when this showed up on Steam, I didn't really look into it until Weep Thief and Archie told me that it was worth looking into, is because a lot of the art I found very, very viscerally disturbing. So that is a arc of tasty.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal.
Did someone either drop a dagger or a key behind me?
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Oh, I'm sure how it made its way down here. The narrator manifested it down the frickin' stairs after he locked me in. That is a crazy 180,
or
right?
We could use it to free her.
Midabel, I reassert my Clive Barker comparison. Valid, doubly valid.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I didn't like what happens when I killed her. Save the princess.
Fine.
We're saving her this time.
Against your better
Oh my god,
Press the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her.
No, thank you.
You cut into her flesh.
Do you have to stare at me while I do it too? Oh my god.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Ugh.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
If the bloody mouth is the most ugh for me, indeed. And I was just listening to a Dhamma talk by a Bhikkhu who was talking about, I think it was the Brazilian soccer team's plane crash, and they turned to cannibalism within like 3 or 4 days. This was like in the early 2000s.
She didn't so much as utter a sound.
I was listening to that earlier today. Yeah, this is not a normal princess.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours.
Dude, look at that.
Blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
That doesn't confuse me very much, considering what we've already figured out about this world. Like, things are not as they appear.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay. It's the end of the world, everybody get out. Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. I can't just let her escape into the world.
Okay, the narrator is revealing himself as being more and more of an actual antagonist, an actual force in the world. Interesting. Well, the art style is different, but it gives me the same vibes of the original art for scary stories to tell in the dark books. I don't think I ever read those.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair,
although the name rings a bell,
steps forward and raises the blade.
Whoa. The narrator can just take me over? Then why didn't you do that from the start, narrator? Oh, I don't like that as a development.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Yeah, now I'm not playing a game anymore. Now you're just doing things.
Watch me.
What are you doing?
I'm not doing squat. Oh, come on. Slay the princess, 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 warn her. And then it's all slay the princess. Let's war her. Warn her, I mean. With the
Stop that.
Okay, narrator doesn't like that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I like, in theory, if I had control, I don't, but the narrator's making me.
The blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
Oh, dude. Midabel, the art was deemed too disturbing for children. It changed in the 2000s, but the original art is eerie and surreal and terrifying. I'll have to look that up. I remember the name, but I was really not into horror stuff when I was a kid. That was a definite thing. Especially with the OCD, a lot of horror stuff really freaked me out because it was based on an existential problem I was having and that I didn't understand yet. I will check that out after the stream.
But the The princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Good job, princess.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
No, we know what happens when we kill the princess. You trap us in the void forever and tell us it's for our own good and we kill ourselves anyway and we don't end up alive. Zarkov. Zarkov, narrator. Zark the throw off.
Move the blade.
We are resisting. Never!
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Good move, princess.
We both know this isn't you.
Incidentally, the Beauty and the Beast trope is fairly, obvious to me. Okay.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Now I think she's gonna stab us.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Yup.
She plunges it into your chest,
There we go.
tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
This is very... I don't know if you guys remember the Disney Beauty and the Beast cartoon from the 90s, but this is very much reminiscent of the way they did the Beast's hands.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I kind of don't believe you, but hey.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
I don't think I'm actually doing this for her. I think I'm doing this for just sanity. Like,
For her sake.
I think I'm spiting the narrator, if
Don't you
anything.
start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Everyone is me and her. As near as I can tell, it's just her and I. That's it.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Just, whatever. Take what you have wrought.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Oh,
She
dude.
doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Well, this version of her doesn't. Good morning, Sunset. How's it going, sir? Heck of a time to enter. Yeah, lovely, isn't it?
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it?
No.
A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
You stab someone long enough.
I'm so sorry.
Oh. We'd be cute. Also,
One
screw you,
last
narrator.
thrust of the
Definitely
knife.
screw you,
Your
narrator.
legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your
Ugh.
limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
I mean, she certainly looks remorseful in this iteration. See, something else I'm wondering is if we manifest what version of the princess we got. Like, we came in intending to kill her with the knife the first time, and she started out very like, oh, you think you're gonna kill me? You know, don't you think that might be a bad idea, etc. This time we came in without the knife and trying to be friendly, and she's been actually manifesting as like a tortured soul, like you might expect. Midabel, Mr. Narrator is very peeved. Mr. Narrator is our antagonist. I think this is our demiurge. I think this is our little godling who is trapping us in a world of his creation.
It can't just end like this, right?
Oh, it won't end, hero. Wouldn't be much of a game if it did.
Rage coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ta-da! Oh, we actually got a chapter 2 this time.
You're
Like
on
a
a
rip.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Hey, we're back.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Maybe it's not even... Maybe we're looking at this sort of incorrectly. Maybe it is the act of slaying one or the other of us that continues the world. Right? Maybe that's like a rereading of this. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Means that, like, if one of you or the other doesn't die, then we don't have much of a game here, and you don't get to cycle again. With this path looking mighty familiar. No, surely this is... No, it's the exact same freaking path. Okay, so we have the same options as the first time we reset, but different things happened. Is there a point in going through these again? I don't know if you have to go through these again to actually manifest changes. I'm just gonna say okay, no. Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all.
Oh, Weed Thief, do we have a new voice?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Okay, Voice the Hero said that before.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Voice of the Smitten this time, but we don't have a Voice of the Cold because, we didn't kill her.
Our beloved?
Yeah, the hero's a little,
Yes,
little
you'll
put
have
up
to
by
be
that.
very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Interesting.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love. The four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
Okay, the four of us, eh?
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Right, Metaball?
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
I don't know. So far, that's my favorite. That's my favorite sort of cadence to the voice. Okay. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did happen already. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions.
Oh, we already
but
got this one.
Fine,
Yeah.
I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Okay, we'll skip
Let's
this
say
bit.
for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
I mean, we did and then we
You were the one
didn't.
who did us in, villain.
He said something different.
Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
Again, we know that's a lie, because we did it already. Orca voiced the dummy.
I beg to differ.
I mean, at very least, the voice of the love blinded.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations.
Like, who is making the decision? Is the narrator making the decisions? Because it seems
I
like
believe
he's
your
the most
second question was
functional.
what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time
Okay,
around
yeah.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
If you are Hoshi, you decide. I mean, meow. This is true.
Yes, but in this
But usually
purely
Hoshi's the voice of the
hypothetical
hero.
scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter,
Hoshi is having
what do you
dissociative
think
issues,
happened
apparently.
after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
I'd still feel better if the narrator could prove to us that there's more world out there, but so far this just feels like a forest and a cabin.
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
That's just projection. That's 100% projection.
Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Uh-huh. It's a pretty convoluted scheme still. I don't know what all pieces are in it yet, but there's more than just appears from your simple description there. Alright. I'm with them. I'm going to find a way to save her from that cabin. Let's talk about this princess. Have we said anything else about her yet?
Just be quick about it.
The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. She could barely hold a knife. How is she supposed to end the world? We didn't ask this one before, I don't think.
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
You absolutely could tell me more.
Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world.
Oh, shut up, me.
Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
It does seem like she could chew her own arm off, but Narrator, it seems like you could lock her in there, or erase the basement, or collapse the head on her, or collapse the cabin on her head, or, you know? Like a dang unreliable Narrator. He's super reliable in a sense, in that whatever he says becomes real. But, yeah, man. Okay, we've done that one already.
Great.
That's
now,
all.
If you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Sorry if there are clinks and little wet noises. I'm having some coffee while we go. Bit of a headache today. We had a snap thunderstorm, and that always does my migraines in. Okay. Should we try to save her again? Oh, Weep Thief, I'm gonna have to head out now. Have a good one, Hoshi. Trust yourself, and thank you. It's always good advice. Thanks for hanging, Weep Thief. Have a good rest of your day, sir. Always good to see you. And I'll do my best. So far, I don't even know what the goal is. I think we just need to figure out what's going on and how to sort of break the loop. But right now, I would sell for finding out what's going on. All right, I'm with them. I'm gonna find a way to save her from that cabin.
That's right, you can't stop all of us.
We did successfully kill her.
We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does.
I don't want to marry her. I just want to deal with the existential crisis we're in.
Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call.
Certainly don't want to rely on the Narrator either. Back to the cabin.
Before you go any further.
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, I don't know why I'm bothering to say, really.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I don't like this guy. I don't like the voice of the spitting. He's,
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
That seems closer to it, but no. Something's going on with this guy.
But I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
I mean, how else would I know what my own, internal conflicts are doing if they weren't trying to speak up?
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Okay, bro, serious. Alright, proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay, this is quite different. Yeah, Metabel, big change. So, I don't think this fits the exterior of the cabin at all, actually, now. I don't think the cabin had this kind of stonework. We have a completely different door, we have a different table, even the dagger's a little different, and we have a mirror here.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Oh, sorry, just a sec. Apologies, sneezing fit. Okay, you didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. This whole cabin is different than last time. Approach the mirror, take the blade, enter the basement. You didn't say anything about the mirror.
That's because there isn't a mirror.
Ah.
There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Okay, element the narrator either can't see or is not acknowledging. So one of two things, I think. Either he is not aware that this mirror is here, and therefore it's not of his making, or he's lying to us about it being there for some reason, which is bizarre because he would know that would undermine himself, unless he's playing like a double-blind game where he's like, no, there's no mirror, in an attempt to manipulate us into doing something with the mirror.
There's definitely a mirror.
Yeah.
There isn't. I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here.
Shut up, voice of the smitten.
In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
Midabel, so going on the logic that imagination/manifestation is a factor and the protag is influencing things, it begs the question how much power the voices that are aspects of the protag have on that. It does. And then I'm also, like, I'm not sure if it's a straight line manifestation or if it can be an inversion manifestation as well. So, like, is the more the voice of the smitten projects into the princess likely to make it true that she is beautiful, pure, kind, and benevolent? Or is it just as likely to make it that she appears that way, but in fact manifests the inverted quality? Because that's another element of manifestation in the occult. It is not always simplistic to the intention if the intention is colored by certain emotion or fear or what have you. So yeah, I don't freaking know. I want to see how handsome I am. Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Well, it might let us know what this monster hands thing is all about. Okay, I'm going to approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Well, it's a little bit funny. Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
It's gone. It's actually gone.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Wait. Do you mean actual, like, feather in my cap feather, or do you mean that I am covered in feathers and I'm aware of it on some level? As Archie was saying with Bird. This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different.
Yeah.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
Oh, Zarkyu.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Sure. And well, speaking of thunderstorms, we've got one building here, and my net is being sketchy. If my comment's way behind, that's why. Hey, no worries. No worries at all. And I am often behind on comments because the nature of streaming means lag happens. I think we tend to get like 10 to 15 seconds of lag at a minimum. So, hey, no worries, Midabel. I hope the weather turns better. I know it's been crazy in big parts of North America with this hurricane. So I just hope you are safe where you are. And here it was more of a... I'm Great Lakes region, so we get a lot of local weather systems. Okay, Smitten, you can shut ya. I wish you would.
So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
The Smitten is not the... Okay, do we want to take the blade, or do we want to enter the basement? Midabel, honestly, we welcome the storms we've been under. Okay, well, good then. Yeah, it's been very humid here for whatever reason. Do I want to take the blade this time, or do I want to just enter without it again? We have a new... I want to see what happens without a blade again.
The door to the basement creaks
Ooh!
open, revealing an intricate stairwell.
That's pretty.
Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
Yeah, this is much nicer. There's like a soft crackling sound effect and stuff.
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I don't know. I used to live in a basement. This would be a very nice upgrade to that basement. But also, you're just in a castle now. I mean, it seems like it. A castle that has a front-facing... It's like a TARDIS castle. You enter a cabin and you end up in a castle. I'm cool with this.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
It would make it easier to fool invading armies and such like.
Hello? Is someone there?
Okay, we have another soft voice.
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time.
Shut up,
I can
Smitten.
hear wedding bells already.
This is not useful.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top
Better.
fawning.
Better.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
I am remembering this. I'm kind of annoyed at Smitten, and I wish Cold was around to, like, balance him out. Midabel, Smitten has had a lot of influence on this go-around, hasn't he? Yeah, he has.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Okay, we have a carpet, and we have slightly more narrow walls, and we have an open window. Open, no bars. Very different. And she looks like her eyes are she's happy to see us. She looks more winsome. Midabel, even her dress is frillier, yes. There's an extra layer of frill on her dress, extra petticoats and things.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
I mean, as much as I love the whole, like, right wrongs and triumph over evil trope, I'm not stupid about it.
You know she can't hear you, right?
This guy's stupid about it.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
When she stabs us in the heart again, I'm gonna enjoy Smitten dying, basically.
Your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Oh, you remember us. Or you're pretending to remember us. Midabel, Smitten is channeling Dudley Do-Right. Oh my goodness, I remember that. That was Rocky and Bullwinkle. Back in the day. Yes, Dudley Do-Right, the Mountie who rides his horse backwards.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
Yes.
And she called us a hero.
Get even more oh, hero, don't you start now. This is not
Flattery
helpful.
really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Apparently. Good thing it doesn't go a long way with me.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Does the narrator really not realize cycle to cycle? Or is he just as artfully manipulative as the princess is supposed to be?
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us.
Yeah, but she killed us after the narrator made us try to kill her.
Only because he made us try and kill her.
Yeah.
It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
Speaking of, she has her hand back.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion.
2 worlds.
I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
Okay, that sounds like... I'm going to save again just because. That sounds like... automatic saves, quick saves. 1, 2. Okay, that's what that's for. That sounds like a multiverse where there's a different narrator, a different demiurge in each universal iteration. Wow. Yeah, Midabel narrator is dropping some interesting hints.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Did she end the world? You're just believing the narrator now.
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Smitten is being very selfish, essentially. Whereas the hero appears to be... like, he's trying to follow his archetype. Yes, but that makes sense. And the archetype of the hero is literally going into the unknown, into the chaotic, and making it known, bringing back order.
Are you
creating
listening to
order?
him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Now, I don't know if, you know, the game is following Jungian archetypes very precisely or anything like that, but that's my take on it. Okay. You killed me last time, it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died? I have to ask, did you end the world after you killed me back there? I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair. Rescue the princess. I kind of want to make sure we get the chance to say this one. I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
Oh.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
That's way too glib a response.
She took that in stride.
Yeah.
To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
Good head, hero. Good head on that hero.
She's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that. Oh, no. Or maybe the same him. Like, oh dear. Either another demiurge or the same demiurge.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
Oh, dude.
I think he's right.
My head hurts.
I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
You think he's right because you like it better that way? Okay, Smitten, you're officially cut off from the logic pool. I don't need you in the brain trust. You're mostly here to tell me what's silly. Hit a bell. Hero coming in with the voice of logic and the real questions. Yeah, like the hero's growing. The hero's growing on me in terms of how do I put this? Useful identification aspect. Useful part of our persona. Okay. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
That is not helpful at all. 0% helpful. Great. Thank you, princess. Wow. But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
It's not about what makes me happy. It's about what's frickin' happening here, lady. I don't understand. I want to understand. That would make me happy, okay? Figuring out what the frell is going on would make me happy, yes.
Isn't that just like our darling princess?
Shut it.
She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Okay, Smitten, I'm moving you into the heart center of the body so that when she inevitably murders us again at some point, you go.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Interesting. Okay, no, I don't want the world to end. I have no feelings one way or another about the world ending. This is what I'm leaning towards, honestly. Honestly, the world sucks. People are a plague, and I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to them all. I think both on the basis of our theorizing about manifestation being a function in the game, and on the basis that we have now tried killing and saving the princess and the world has always ended, I have no feelings one way or another about the world ending. Arca Yi type answer. Yes.
At least you're being
honest. Yes, it is, actually.
I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a nihilist.
That's not nihilism, okay? You did that to me. I would have cared, except you've gone like, don't worry about the world. It's an existential anomaly. Don't ask why you're here, what it means, or what's going to happen. Just do what I say. No, all right then, narrator. I don't care about your little curated world. I do have to. I almost adopted Yi's voice for some of this, and I shouldn't be Yi in this game. I should leave it alone. Metabel, I like how Smitten's strong influence alters the princess's presentation. How very childish almost she seems in this one. Smitten's view has reduced her to a romantic fiction cliche. Definitely. This game has a lot to say about storytelling, which has been really cool so far. And I am, like, that's the thing I do. I am a writer, and it's been very much speaking to me as it goes through the tropes.
The princess shifts in uncomfortable confusion.
Me too. I don't care.
Okay, so are you just mirroring me now? Is that what that is?
She wasn't confused for long. If she doesn't care, then clearly she didn't end the world. It would take a great desire for evil to do something so inconceivable, and our dearest has not an ounce of cruelty within her. All is well.
and it's high time we rescued our beloved.
No, that's making a ton of assumptions. You can end the world by accidents. You can walk into a room and go like, "Where's the light switch?" and press the planet-cracking nuclear, bunker buster button. But I didn't trust that at all. She just sort of froze and was like, "Okay, let's go with that." Yeah, I don't believe that at all. Just a second, I need some water. Sorry. There we go. Okay. You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? Or, I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? I think we know why she killed us last time. It was because we were about to kill her. So, like, that's not super useful. We'll ask that if there's still anything to ask after this. But I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
Dude! I'm not okay with that. You shouldn't be okay with that.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
That would actually be useful if Smitten, like, weirdly warping her into more and more of a princess dainty stereotype makes her have thinner wrists. It'd be nice not to have to cut her wrist off.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with.
Yeah.
Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
No, I immediately pointed out that I thought that was weird. Now, again, she just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Is that another nod to, if we come up with the idea, she can help us manifest it?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
Oh my word.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Interesting. Okay, we can explore this one too, so let's explore it. You killed me last time, it hurt a lot. Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
No, I didn't want you to kill me. I wanted you to just, like, take the blade away so I couldn't kill you, yes.
Did we?
No, we didn't, Hero.
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us.
Yeah, but it was understandable.
She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
No, honestly, I was kind of sad she killed us. I was hoping for, like, a different resolution. I feel like one solution condition that I might want to try to work towards is both of us living. That seems like it's not in anyone's prediction, like the narrator or our own people. We don't rescue necessarily, but we don't get killed and we don't kill her.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
Yeah, Smitten would get into some pretty bad, like, narcissistic dependency relationships and things like that. It wouldn't be good. Okay, we are down to rescue the princess.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You're what?
Narrator,
Take
we've
her
been through
for
this
our body
before.
and force us to try and kill her?
Yeah, we've been here before.
I would if you had a weapon.
But I don't this time.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Oh no, can the Smitten take us over too? Can the hero take us over? Can the Cole take us over? Can everyone take away our moral agency?
You wouldn't.
Oh no.
I would.
We have too many enemies in this game, guys. We have too many
I'd
enemies.
listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Guys.
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Okay. We just slipped the hand out. Sunsail fireball. Okay, everyone stand back. We're going to do 66 plus our level damage to everyone in the room. Arca, did you just say Nicole is in the VA? I don't think I said Nicole. What word did I say that could have sounded like Nicole? I definitely didn't say a name. I'll have to listen back. Sorry, what time are we at? We are at 1 minute 35 minutes. I will listen back and see what I said. I do slur my speech sometimes. Sorry, my voice is a bit rough today. Who is Nicole? I assume it's a voice actor of some kind. Hittabel, I wonder if you manifest enough voices they can overtake the narrator. That'd be a fun one. Just get them, and all our voices gang up on the narrator. He's like, oh my god, where did you all come from? Okay, but we have. I don't know. This feels. We haven't definitively proven it, but we've shown that we can strongly influence certain aspects. In this case, our pathos, our emotional complex, gave rise to this. Oh, Arca, the VA for the princess is Nicole Goodnight. Okay.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
It's conceivable that deep psychic faculties picked that out of the ether, and I did spontaneously say it, but I didn't mean to. That'd be cool, though.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I believe that belief is good for life. I don't know that blind belief is.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. That's pretty optimal so far. I feel good about this moment. In fact, screenshot. First unambiguously good moment in the game. Now how are they going to ruin it for us?
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Narrator jealous much, maybe? I don't know.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Okay, romance.
Who needs a weapon?
Right?
We
Icky.
have the power of love on our side.
Power of love is pretty awesome. This is true. Many theological ontologies hold that it is the fundamental consciousness binding force of the universe, love.
What do we do now?
What do we do now? Do you have any food down here? Can we, like... Is there a bathroom, maybe? Is the kitchen? This castle's pretty bare bones. What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
You're still capitalizing it. You're still capitalizing the demiurge. Stop it.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Well, we've asked you that now. Has anybody ever asked you anything before? Have you been alive for more than 10 minutes in this universe? I don't know. I mean, anything can be a weapon with some imagination. Like, there's that chain right there. Chains are obvious weapons. Clothing. In the martial arts, we learned clothing can be a weapon. Her tiara can be a weapon. Her own hair can be a weapon. Our claws on our fingers can be a weapon. The narrator lacks imagination. He keeps coming up with the same boring world, with the same boring end of the world dichotomy before us, yeah.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world?
What if it's not about what she wants?
You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I doubt everything in this scenario. Everything. Especially
I want to leave.
the voices in my head.
And I think...
Uh-huh.
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
Oh, she looks so happy.
And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
And it's Friday night for millions of couples the world over. What do you want to do tonight? I don't know. What do you want to do? I asked you first. All right. I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. Do you want to end the world? I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later. If you want to leave, then let's leave. Okay. I want you to tell me what you want.
I just want to make you happy.
That makes me suspicious. Right off the bat. Arca, note her art. Well, it's getting cleaner and less, what's the word? Scribbly. The music is getting more nefarious. And frankly, her chest, I think, is getting bigger, which is interesting. So are her eyes. This does feel like manipulation, especially of Smitten.
She can't just want to make us happy.
Yeah, no, that's bull. That's bull hockey.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
Alright. So I think Smitten is our primary projection vector this time. His projections are what's leading this scenario. And we're going with it because I want to see what happens, but... Okay. This makes the most sense, but you need your own thing. You just met me, you can't base your entire happiness around me. I want you to make me unhappy. Do you want to end the world? I just want to leave. You want to leave? This isn't right. Let's just get out of here. Okay. But you need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around you. Around me. Okay, I want you to make me unhappy. What?
Makes you happy.
Eyes got bigger. Like way bigger. Like this is a bit...
Is she broken? What's going on?
Yeah, what is going on? The horns in the background are getting really weird.
What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
I don't trust you. I'm observing the situation. Metabel, she's just mirroring Smitten. Yeah, this feels like a cluster B or a narcissistic relationship in a bizarre way. Sunsail, she is dissolving. Yeah, she's getting simplified, like severely simplified. There must be something you want.
I just want to make you happy.
Super simplified. Look at that. Look at that.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right.
Metabel, she keeps getting more and more 80s anime looking.
I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
Oh man, guys. See, I think this one might end up with me getting stabbed. But it's too cool. I want to ask. Okay, I want you to make me unhappy.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy, I can make you unhappy.
Dude, what just happened to this? Now she's just someone's like sketch doodle in their school kaye. Like,
is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now?
They all lived
Like
happily
the
ever
animals
after.
here.
It's all she wanted. Sunsail, better stab soon. We don't have a knife. We have no stabby stab this time. Okay, crudely drawn princess. Metabella, I think you broke her. I think she broke herself. I think the universe broke itself. The hands! The hands are back! And they drew her away. And the hands said they wanted an empty vessel. The hands said they wanted an empty vessel that they could fill and make more like them. And we created an empty vessel out of the princess. I think that's important. Okay, you don't get the chance to ask another question. Something has taken her away and it's left something else in her place. The mirror's back.
No. She was our perfect match.
Shut up, Smitten. You're an idiot.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
I think we're going to find another version of her no matter what we do. Well, that's probably not great.
Is that a...
Understatement.
Why is it here? Why now?
Can the narrator see the mirror yet? Yeah, the narrator's gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended?
But she didn't escape, and no one died. Okay, just the shut meme on Smitten. Do I know that meme? Is that one of the memes that's passed me by? I don't know if it is. But I can guess. I can guess what it means. Yeah, I just...
A villain vanquished.
Even he doesn't sound sure of himself anymore. Okay, I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. I can't believe she was taken away from us. The nerve.
Smitten, I think that was your fault. You got into like, what do you want to do? I don't know, what do you want to do loop, and you emptied out her brain. Congratulations. You went a good way to emptying out my brain, too. Okay, I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
I don't think we have a choice. Okay, General and Cat Knight keep hazard. Okay. After this loop, I'm going to take, it's a bit late in the stream, but I'm going to take my 5 minutes, and I will check it out then. Thank you for posting it.
Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt,
Well,
right?
Typically you preen in the mirror, so approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
I don't think we have a choice, Hero Me. Ignore. Ignore. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. The body, it's you. Sorry, I'm reading out achievements. Whoa, guy. Okay, we have... I can barely make out black circles with white points in them. The arm, that looks like feathering or fur with the scales here. The Arca, weird, agreed. Wish I could turn up the contrast on that. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. How am I supposed to proceed to the cabin? You are at the cabin. Midwell, the monster, it is us. It is definitely us. Like, that was a feeling I always got from the hand. And so it was clearly saying, like, you're some kind of monster. And at first I thought it was just a comment on the fact that we're killing a princess. But, you know, it's clearly more than that. Yeah, guys, we're weird. So she's on fire, but the fire is made of hands. And she herself looks pretty weird and derped out. Approach. Okay, same art style as she disappeared. You recognize the presence inhabiting the shell. It is the entity that dwells in the spaces between. Well, that's not a cabin.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Dude, I might have been too spot on about the whole demiurge analogy I was making. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna save again. Okay. You're the thing I met in the space outside of the woods, aren't you? I thought that was a dream. What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel. Is this the end of the world, or let her out of there? Let's start from the top. You're that thing I met in the space outside of the woods.
Vague recollections. Empty tunnels without a mouth. I am sorry if I frightened you.
I don't know if that frightened me so much as it gave me those weird ambiguous labyrinth vibes like you were saying. It did remind me of when all the hands start talking to, what's her name? But anyway, the protagonist in Labyrinth, when she's falling. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Okay, well that's an analogy for an answer I don't know what I expected. Solitary lights, what do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
Oh. So that would be something like an egregore. Like the etheric and astral imprinting of random thought and emotion on the etheric, on the astral layers. And then they're seeking to become material. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me.
Really?
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Dude. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Huh.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Okay, that's how it felt from the beginning. The whole, like, the world will end and all the people and blah blah. I'm like, what people? It's just you, Mr. Narrator, in my head. The other voices in my head, like Hero, Cold, and Smitten, and her. And then this egregore, this thing. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Okay, but could you have done something before you were conscious? But it's starting to feel like the philosophical question of, did gods make man in their image, or did man make gods in their image? Yes. And one of the answers to that I've always kind of liked is both. Like, we're assuming a straight line causality because that's how it looks when you live a life with a birth and a death. But it's very possible, ontologically speaking, that the chicken and the egg, one does not have to come before the other. And he mentions the chicken and the egg conundrum at the beginning of the game. So, like, are we creating each other and ourselves at once? But yeah, well observed, Medibel. Okay, the gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own.
Yeah, that sounds like an egregore engaging in demonic, demon-style possession. That's what it sounds like.
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart.
I think this confirms our manifestation thing again. I think manifestation is very important in the game. Midwell, that does feel like the sort of themes we might be dealing with here. Yes, yes.
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
There will be more of her, too, because presumably we end up with more cycles. I'm kind of wondering if we already found one ending, though. There are many endings. Okay, do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Are you the princess? Let's ask everything we can.
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Exactly what we were talking about. Exactly what we were talking about. Especially if you take the standpoint that time is an illusion that is produced by a nervous system moving through, like, in order for life to be functional, it needs the perspective of time, but in a sense it's all happening all at once, and the time is an illusion created by the operation of the nervous system. So we're building a god piece by piece, quite possibly, yeah. Or we are an intrinsic part of the creation process that is Ouroboros, is both beginning and end, alpha and omega. I have to say, this game is definitely hitting on themes that I spend a lot of time thinking about. It's very, very interesting. Suncell, the amount of sense you're making of it is scary. Loving it. Hey, thank you. I can't really take, well, I don't know. It is my area of interest, but like this game just happens to be going a lot of places that I spend a lot of time thinking about. As full disclosure, I'm a bit of a mystic. That is part of my belief structure. So, explore. Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. I kind of don't even care to say this one, because I think we understand this more. What happens now? Attack the entity, destroy your body. Okay, is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
I don't even know that it was a world in the first place, guys. I don't even know. Arca, I'm glad I recommended this game to you. You know so much more about this stuff than me. Hey, I've just had more time to read, I think. But yeah, man, thank you for recommending it. And thank you, Weep Thief, also. Yeah, you guys, I didn't really give this time of day until you guys mentioned a couple things about it, and I was like, okay, that actually does sound like it's up my alley. So thank you. Medibel, this gave me a lot to sink my teeth into. And yeah, same. This is very much in theme with the things I read and write and like to explore. I got that feeling about you from some of the interactions we've had. I was like, I think Medibel is into some of the same areas I am. So I thought you'd enjoy this one too. But yeah, thank you, Arca. I think this was an excellent recommend. Okay, I don't want to say let her out of there. I don't think that matters. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Textbook manifestational ontology.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay, we have a better mission now, like a better idea of the mission. This makes more sense to me. Now, instead of do we kill the princess, do we save the world, blah, 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 none of that matters. What matters is that we explore the possibilities to bring those possibilities into manifest reality so that we can see and co-create and generate the various possibilities and just see what that produces. So now this becomes more of a let's explore and see what we co-create than there's a stake that we must make sure we carry out correctly. You know, will we end the world? Will we end ourselves? It's different. It's different. Okay, yeah, makes the first end you got make more sense. Definitely. Definitely. But they all gave me clues. They all gave me clues. Okay. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? That this doesn't make sense anymore. If I kill her, it doesn't really matter. There's an entity in between. I mean, unless the entity is talking about itself. But I don't think you can kill an entity like that.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Okay, so it's gonna have to reset. It's gonna have to reset. We're not gonna have, like, Smitten or Hero for the first run again, I think. Well, it's a quantum joke to be made here, but I'm too tired to think of it right now. Fair enough, fair enough. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Okay. And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Happy in the cabin all over again. Alright. I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you? Yeah, it's good to know.
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
But that does make sense. Like, we are literally talking to a thing that has formed quasi-consciousness out of the emanations, the energies of the thoughts and feelings of everyone, everywhere. And it has come to a point of sort of aggregation. This is just egregore theory, basically. It comes to a point of aggregation in the etheric and the astral to where it begins to act on what are the primary themes of the energies that created it. And in this case, that drives it to find a vessel and incarnate in a way so that it can more fully actualize and discover itself. This is a life being created in a way, but like in an inverted way, in a almost parasitical way, but not quite. Okay, it's a binary now. I'm not going back, wait, or okay, make me forget. Just save again. What happens if we wait?
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
I bet we just stay here for now. Okay, this game gave me some wonderful ideas for my immortal characters and how they interact. I can see how. I can definitely see how. Okay, we can wait forever. Or, okay, I'm ready, make me forget. What happens if we wait forever?
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone.
This is true. If we just sit here for another hour for the rest of the stream, it's not going to be very entertaining.
I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished.
Yep.
What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping?
Annabelle, the more we delve into this, the more I want to draw comparisons with Barker's dark fantasy, stuff like Imagica and Galilee and Weave World. You know, I never really read much of Barker. And probably I should do. When I was younger, like I said, the dark type stuff kind of repelled me more because I had this real existential dread, and I won't get into it all, but it was the origin of the OCD that's been crippling to me my whole life. And there was a lot of stuff that I would avoid sort of on a pathos level, like on an emotional level. And so I kind of shied away from Barker. I ran into his Undying series for video games, but I didn't like it because it was just too sort of brutal.
If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage?
Dude, well said.
You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Okay. So it's like the game is like her box. I mean, well, I think you'd vibe with his themes. I haven't even, like, the name hasn't even come to mind in years, so thank you for bringing it forward again. I probably would at this point, especially if you're saying so. I would tend to trust your judgment in that area at this point. I'll look into it again. I will, thank you. Wait, what happened? Did we crash? The game crashed! Or, no, it quit. It quit. The game quit. Okay. Okay, behold, the only bit of meta interaction in this game. Okay, so the game is supposed to quit there. That's what's supposed to happen. Alright, let's see if we can get it back without having to restart the stream. I guess that's another end.
To me. I never left your side.
Oh, dude, okay. I never left your side. Attempt to outweight your destiny. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Did it recapture? It did recapture. Okay, all right, good. Sorry, we do have like a good 20 seconds of lag or so. My apologies, guys. All right, I came back. Very well. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
I imagine we will. If not, the narrator will tell us.
You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Yeah, Annabelle. Oh, okay. Yeah. An idealized vessel. Bring the deconstructed damsel to her.
You're on a path in the woods.
And we're back on the path in the woods.
At the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, well, we've gotten far enough here that I don't even feel like I need to push back against the narrator at this point. The narrator is something, and I do think somewhat demiurgic. I'd like to know more about the narrator. We don't remember anything this time. We don't. Okay, I'm going to save again. We still have approximately an hour to go in the stream. I am going to have to take a bio break and get some water. I didn't want to interrupt the cycle, so I wanted to keep going. But I should go do that. I should go take care of myself a bit. So guys, thank you. This has been awesome. Thank you all so much for coming along with me on this one. Yeah, so give me 4 or 5 minutes. We'll come back. We'll do at least one more go around. And I'm going to check out this meme that Archie posted in the meantime. Thank you, Archie. Okay, back to main menu. Well, actually, no, we can just stay on the screen. I will put us on the be right back for the information of people coming in. But this game is one of those lovely games that keeps playing its music in the background and stuff, so we can have the really quite nice soundtrack going. And I will see you guys back here in just a few minutes. Thank you again. This game is a mind-frell. My word. Hittabel, I wonder what princess we'll meet next. Are they different princesses, or are they all the same? Just like we have a common thread, you know? Like, are we the same every time? Because I still remember us. I love that this game is just making us ask all these existential questions. It's really cool. Alright guys, peace. Be right back. Okay. We have returned. I should probably start saying it's more like a 7-minute break. It always takes me a little too long to do everything. But okay. Let us transition back. Meow. Alright guys, well this has already been a pretty wild ride. I feel like we made a lot of progress relatively quickly. We have a... I'm not going to call it a solid ontological view of what's going on in this world, but we have some definite pieces being put together. Work It Out Wednesday, well named. So okay, fresh cycle. What should we aim to do here? We haven't asked this one yet. Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Okay, well I figured that. Metabel, welcome back. Thank you. It was the perfect amount of time to get a snack and give my puppy his afternoon. Well, I'm glad your puppy has his snack. Meow. Despite being a cat and a cat person, I am a dog person. I'm mildly allergic to dogs, is the thing. So I've never been able to get very close to dogs, but they're adorable and they are sweet. So yes. The end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that only... Okay, we've asked all these. Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job? We haven't said that one. That hasn't been an option before.
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it.
Oh.
It's a special reward, just for you.
I am special.
Whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
My. Well then, what are we waiting for? Wow. Okay, sweet. I've always wanted to offer Monarch Viva la Revolution. We haven't said that one either. Let's try that.
That's the spirit.
There you go. Oh, no more options.
You
We
make
just
your
head
way
out.
up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess.
Okay, voice
We're
the hero,
supposed
that's
to
right.
save
We start with the voice of the
princesses,
hero.
not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
The hero has been the most balanced so far. Yeah, it's a wooden cabin, and then last time it was a stone building inside.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Mahidabel, not very satisfying words from a narrator who can only ever imagine the same simple scenario, right? This is a very monomaniacal demiurge. He's just like, you're going to do this one thing in this one world. What is the narrator, though? That's one of my big questions now. What is this? Because, like, I'm referring to him as the demiurge, which is, for those of you who don't know, in Gnostic thought, the demiurge was an imposter god who in the Garden of Eden was impersonating God, and basically he puts us here to be servitors to us. In some conceptions, we are necessary to the creation of its world, which it is stolen as sort of a piece of the mind of God to make its own realm. But regardless, the demiurge keeps us here and keeps us unaware of our own divine potential. And this is why he forbade us to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil and the tree of life. And after we did eat from the tree, which we were fooled into doing, we're cast out because he doesn't want us to get to the tree of life, because that would ruin all his plans. And in that same conception, the serpent is actually a liberator. This is why in some schools of Gnostic thought, Lucifer is actually in place of the Christ as that which brings us to knowledge. But yeah, this narrator almost seems like he's playing God with us and creating prison worlds for us to live in. Mahidabel, the hero also seems to be the only one who's always there, yeah. And well, it's interesting how the narrator and the voice aspects of the protag manifest in the same way. Yes, actually, they all have the same voice actor, and that could be just be a choice of the developers to simplify things for their production, or it could be significant. They also manifest at the same time. That's also true.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, we've gone down without the blade twice. Let's see what happens if we take the blade this time.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
So I feel like we've already gotten one of the most impactful endings. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light.
Now, what's her voice going to be like this time?
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Yeah, Mehetabel, it could be, but it could also mean something, and the narrator addresses each voice as an individual. Also true, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Okay, it's the mocking voice.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Okay, we've done hi, we've done just checking in on you, although we did that one when we didn't have a knife in our hand. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now?
Right?
Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Sure.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise.
Thank you.
Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs.
Yeah, she's got the wary face
with
again.
The princess.
Sort of the
There's
superior
a heavy
one.
chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Sunsail, is anyone aware of the player, though? I don't know. Like, he talks to us. He doesn't obviously have our internal dialogue. Yeah, very good question. Very good question. And by our internal dialogue, I mean what I'm saying right now, me, streamer Hoshi.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Cold beauty, like an unsheathed blade is coldly beautiful, you know? That's quite a threat.
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
I mean, apparently. What? No way. Why would you even think that? Yeah, it wasn't a joke. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Yeah, I haven't decided yet. Let's be forthright about this. Yeah, Arca, like the pristine dagger you hold. Coldly beautiful. Some
How about
symmetry
you drop
there.
the knife, and the two of us just talk.
I don't like the way you said that.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
So I feel like if you come in here with the knife, you've almost guaranteed a violent scenario. So I'm very reticent to drop the knife because I feel like she'll do something with
Don't
it.
you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Again, Kiro, fairly reasonable. Let's drop it for now.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
You're welcome, but I wish you'd said that a little differently.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed.
Middle, I don't trust this one. I don't trust any of them, but yeah, we'll see. I'm having a thought, which is if we can empty her out with Smitten's mirror benevolence, like, I just want to make you happy route, can we empty her out in another direction? Can we make her nothing but bloodlust, for instance? And is that enough to empty her out so that the egregore can take her? I don't know. Can we be emptied out to the point that the egregore can take us?
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
See, the narrator doesn't know what we're hoping to accomplish here. What we're hoping to accomplish here is to figure this carp out. Figure this carp out. Okay, again, those are crazy theories, and I love them. This game is just, that seems to be what it's for. It's like crazy theory generator game. I love it too, man.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Smitten isn't here. We're not getting into a relationship, lady. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? Oh, what's your name? How long have you been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Okay, we've talked enough. Okay, we've talked enough. Let's just... No. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Okay, that's twice that she's hesitated when we've asked her something that she can't easily mirror from us. Until names are important. Names are very important, especially in the occult. Metabol, so then we would need to manifest a new and different voice to empty her out into another base emotion or aspect to be added to the whole, or so I would assume. So maybe if we regenerate cold, we'll be able to do something with cold.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Yes. No name is definitely suspicious. Yeah, it's pretty awkward, alright.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
Oh, no, you're asking questions. Okay. I have my reasons. Do you think I'd just come here to kill someone without even knowing why? That would be ridiculous. Oh, man. I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe. You're supposed to end the world. Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Let's try that one.
That laugh. I think I'm in love.
Hero, shut up.
Stop it.
Yeah.
I have no idea. To be honest, I don't even know why I'm down here, or how I got here.
I can kind of believe that, because neither do we. Okay, maybe a passionate death can lead to that. Yes, maybe it can.
I was kind of hoping you might be able to shed some light on the whole situation.
Well, we're both in the same shoes then, because I don't know what's going on either, lady. Okay. She just said she doesn't know how long she's been down here. Do you know why? No. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Of course we're going to just tell her that, especially if it ticks you off, Narrator.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone.
Who's they?
I like the world, I think.
I don't believe you.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
That is one of the things we can ask.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No, but the facts don't seem to matter when they are that kind of particularity. Deflect. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret from me. Yeah, no, I don't trust that. I'm sure they do have their reasons, but I'm not going to make excuses for them. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them, capital T. I kind of want to just remain silent on this one.
They haven't told you anything, have they?
Not really.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Okay.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
No, and I asked a lot. You're not telling me anything either, though.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you, either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
Okay, the voice of the hero really is acting like he's not part of me. Like in this one, there's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear.
In this weird world in the middle of a void, that doesn't make any sense.
But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Oh, neither is yours.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust.
Trust should never be blind. Trust should be a series of small tests, building up through large tests over a long period of time.
So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
I trust neither of you. I especially don't trust you when you talk to me in that voice.
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Okay, so you're an anti-monarch, like an anti-monarchist, as you were accusing us of being a monarchist earlier. Metabol, I wonder how much autonomy and individuality the voiced aspects can attain. It's looking like a lot based on Hero. I mean, so far we have two main flavors. Sort of acerbic or more innocent and almost cloying in the one manifestation. I wonder how many there are, yeah. Okay, how would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
Shut up, narrator, I wasn't asking you.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't...
Don't bite your arm.
We can always put that knife to good use.
I don't... This feels like it's going to end up in one of the previous loops we've been in already.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
I remember that she is totally suggesting that. My hero does not remember that.
She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we can still ask this, but I don't think we're going to get a good answer, but we might as well.
Too long.
Alright, that's completely useless. Fine. Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
I mean, no, but we've talked enough, obviously, because we ran out of options.
You know why you're here.
Okay, slay the princess. I'm getting you out of here, examine the chains. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Keep her locked away. We've done this. We've done this. We haven't done this. And I was talking about, like, is there an option where we don't kill anybody and we just sort of exist? So what happens if we do this? I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Yeah.
Leaving her alive is too risky.
Zarkov.
If you deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here.
Ooh.
You can make it easier for both of us if you help.
Now she's gotten some more steel going on, and it's red text.
And if you don't...
And here come the threats.
I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
Yeah.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
We need to know. We need to know. Okay, red text. Slay the princess update. Aw, 3 minutes. Everyone log out. I guess we'll just chat while the game updates. No, yeah.
It's a chance we'll have to
Warframe
take.
reference for those of you who don't know.
We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
This feels like we're just gonna get stuck in an endless loop upstairs again, but...
You're making a mistake.
I know, but everything is a mistake in this game, so...
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
I have the knife again. Also, does this slam in my
It
face?
won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
If you say so.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here.
Darn it.
But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Okay, so she may have just played a manifestation trick on us. She put the idea into our head that she can slip the chains, and we're like, wait, could she slip out of those chains? And the thing is, we know she can if we manifest it correctly, like the way Smitten did. So, did she just get us to manifest her chains to be loose?
Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
I kind of like carrying through on my decisions, so we're sticking to the plan and locking her down here. Oh, that's a relief. I was afraid I'd already committed to not slaying her. No, we're going to lock her down here.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way.
That's okay, Narrator. There are apparently an infinite number of us's.
You close the basement door.
We do get out of the basement.
Quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Oh! Sorry, just a moment. We have... Here, let's see how fast I can do this now. Meow. Boom! Record time. Sorry, there is no spamming allowed in the chat. Okay, barricading it with a heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay.
Okay. We can make this work.
There's still an outside. Look, there's stars.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
We're just going to stare at the door forever, apparently. Yeah, Annabelle, it's definitely going to get some new stuff. That's the goal right now. Try to get the game to manifest new things.
To drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
Okay.
I know you're still there.
Oh, dude.
You make things easier on yourself and let me out.
Oh, no. Okay, I guess she did slip the chains because she's smashing on the door.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
Arca, welcome to Horrorville.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
Oh, man. Okay, so should we first of all, that's like a third voice manifestation, definitely. So, as Mehetable was saying, can we make her so slaveringly, mindlessly, like, lusting for our blood that she empties herself out again?
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
All we did was not kill you, lady.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
Oh dear. Mehetable, this has taken a turn, indeed.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I already said that, Narrator. Shush. Okay, threat me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. So all of that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster. Ignore her and go to sleep. I'm tempted to do that one. What would that do to the manifestation? I'm going to do that one. Ignore her and go to sleep.
Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it.
I mean, ordinarily I'd say that would be ridiculous, but this is manifestation world, so...
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall.
Okay.
You jolt awake in the middle of the night
Oh,
to
dude.
silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Oh. But then she's just waiting downstairs, or did she get out behind us? We had her back to the door, right? I think. Sorry, just a moment. Need some water. Since the table never wedged the door. That's true, actually. The table wasn't properly wedged.
Where is she?
Yeah, where is she?
Thanks for helping me
Dude!
out of that awful basement.
Ghost Princess.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's
Oh
as
my
though
God.
your body simply stops working.
Oh, and we've been frozen by the narrator again. Or possibly by the princess.
It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs.
Dude.
You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
This must have been so much fun to write. Like, you'd just start with a basic scenario, and then, like, you'd web out in option after option, and you know, every response you wrote, you could branch out from there. I wonder how many branching pathways there are.
Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
No, narrator, you can directly impose your will on us as well. You could unparalyze us if you wanted to. So the hero's right. The narrator's going along with this card. Middle, okay, we have a new version. Yep. And okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
Are we gonna? Is this like a reverse on the scenario now? Like, we're the prisoner in the cabin and she's here to kill us?
She steps closer.
Oh man, I don't like that one.
Silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Ugh.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
Normally I would say that would just be like a figure of speech, but we could literally have gills. This is possible.
What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath.
Weird.
Your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
This really feels like the narrator's killing me rather than she's killing me. It feels like they're working together almost.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
No, I know better than that. I know way better than that. Midball, oh, this art is fantastic. It's certainly very evocative. It's creepy as Frell.
This can't actually be how everything ends.
It isn't, hero, don't worry.
I'm sorry, but it is.
Nope, narrator lies.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, Chapter 2, The Nightmare. Was it called The Nightmare last time we had Chapter 2?
You're on a path in the woods.
Alright, we're
At
back.
the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Now, interestingly, last time we died, but the world did not apparently end. Right, the princess got free, but only we died. However, that is a possible interpretation as a world ending if we are doing the whole sort of perspectival ontology where each individual manifests their own reality. Okay. Midabel, I think it was called The Damsel. Alright, okay. That's what I didn't remember the name, but I felt like it was different. Thank you, thank you. Okay, who do you think we've manifested this time? Maybe the frightful? Possibly? Someone who's scared? Alright, I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no, but I died. What am I doing here? She's gonna kill me again! She's gonna kill me again. Let's say that one.
Again? People don't die twice.
Well, apparently they do.
I haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Don't you butter me up. Don't you dare.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us?
Voice of the Paranoid. Alright. Midabel, so I guess the title is a hint to what the princess is. Yes, that would be my guess too.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit.
Yeah.
I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after all.
Indeed. Sunset, it feels to me like their main goal is to tell the best story with your choices. And they are. They're telling excellent stories. This is very, very possible. Arca, welcome to one of my favorite routes. Ooh, okay. And we'll see if I do anything interesting with it. What time is it? Yeah, we have time to proceed in this route. Okay, so we don't... we have the hero every time. We've had the cold when we killed her first time. We've had the smitten, and now we have the paranoid. Okay, let's assume I'm telling the truth that all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? Did we say that already?
Those are two very different questions.
Yes, we did. Okay, I'll skip this one.
Let's say for a moment that you died last time, which probably couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't.
Okay, but they respond differently.
All we did was lock her away.
Yes, true.
And how'd that work out for you?
Rather badly, but I still think it was mostly your fault, Mr. Narrator.
No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
La-dee-da.
And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess? Or do you want the princess to slay us?
This is very conceivable, especially considering the narrator could have stopped that. We know the narrator has the power to change things. He just let it happen. Not only that, he guaranteed it by paralyzing us. I don't think she paralyzed us. I think he paralyzed us. Metabel, I wonder if the protag, changes in physical appearance too, or if it's always the scaled monster we saw in the mirror. We always have this clawed hand. I don't know if we get more or less horrible, but we do at the very least, it seems, always have the Beauty and the Beast hand. So that may be, but I'm not assuming that won't necessarily change.
Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't.
You're not saying which is which.
Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started.
This is the same.
Sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Does Paranoid have anything else to say
Speak
here?
for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working.
Did she do that, or did the narrator do that?
And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
We're still working on that one, man, but we now know that there are egregores and there's a place in between, and so I'm assuming some sort of etheric astral view of the universe here.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
I don't think there is an everyone and anything.
Everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
Okay, but killing her doesn't do anything. Let's talk about this princess a bit.
Just be quick about it.
Okay, both of these seem appropriate to ask. Just being around her in the end shut down all my organs. What the hell am I supposed to do about that?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her.
We did that.
Go in, do your job, and save the world.
We did that? It doesn't work. To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. How can you possibly justify saying that? She's clearly something far, far worse.
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Thus, again, demonstrating, like, they keep giving us hints saying, like, your thoughts, your character's thoughts manifest in this game. Okay, we've done these already. They might have different results with Paranoid.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Nope. Alright, then I think we should just head in. Let's
Great.
go.
Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Already seems pretty fated for ruin, but let's go.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
She will cheat. Blah, blah, blah.
I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
That is true. Before that, she was just sort of sarcastic and evasive.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Paranoid is talking sense at this time. Alright, we're going to save for this route again, even though I've never used one of these yet. Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is plain.
Ah.
The smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room.
Different, but differently
A
different.
pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
The mirror is back.
Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
Yeah, there's no door at all.
It's just an empty frame.
She's already got now, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
No, but all those things are possible.
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done.
The whole game has me stuck in my head like this. Sunsail window. Oh, dude! Thank you, Sunsail. Look at the windows. Can you guys make that out? I assume you can, or Sunsail wouldn't have said it. Look. It's like ghost people. There's ghost people. Or ghost somethings. Sunsail moved a bit. It's a little creepy. It's a little creepy. And yeah, Annabelle the Mirror is back.
So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task
So we're definitely
awaits.
going to look at the mirror if we
Only
can.
you can do it.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. This whole cabin is different than I remember it being. Approach the mirror. Okay, let's approach the mirror first.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see.
here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Sunsail, people you were talking about, I bet. Sorry, what about those people? But yeah, guys. Sorry, I think the lag has actually gotten slightly longer, so my apologies if my responses are a bit disjointed. I see what you say pop up on the chat, not in the little box, but like on my chat monitor, and then the stream gets to it later. My apologies. Maybe I can work with that latency somehow. Okay, wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin.
Mirror disappeared again.
I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Interesting. Interesting, okay.
Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Paranoid also capitalizes he. As did Smitten. Does Hero capitalize he? I'm not sure. But that's a good idea, that the narrator is just hiding it from us. Yeah, these guys are creepy, man. Talking about the windows, okay. Sorry, I think we did get a little more delayed. That is too bad. Okay, do we want to take the blade this time or not? Do we want to take the blade this time or not? Okay, I don't think any of the voice effects refer to the narrator as the narrator. Oh, interesting. They just say he. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. The knife is right here ahead of us. And this is sort of a horror movie-esque setting. Yeah, Arca, no, I get that he means the narrator, but what's interesting is that he's capitalizing it. Like it's God. Yeah, like Mirabel's saying. That's the interesting thing. I think they all capitalize the narrator. Huh. I keep thinking there's got to be some point in going in without the blade. You know what? We can do both. Maybe not today, because we're running out of time. Let's go in without the knife. There's no door to lock us out. In theory. Maybe they can manifest a frickin' door.
We should have taken the knife again. I don't think she's going to take an olive branch. We need something sharper.
Well, we don't have an olive branch either, Paranoid, so in we go.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness.
Dude! And those eyes are everywhere. And they have different styles, too. These look more like the princess's eyes, and these are sort of more simplistic.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes.
Oh, I've been measuring the eyes, man.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh
Ozone.
and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
Annabelle, if she's a scary ghost lady like was hinted at, what good is a knife? Excellent point. Excellent point.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
She remembers us this time. Oh dear.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Yeah, but I still think the narrator might have done that, but who knows, who knows. I'm going to talk to her. We don't need a plan. I'm just going to kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it. I don't know why you're all being such pessimists right now. Step off into the void between the stairs. I want to do that one. I want to do that one. Step off.
You attempt to step off the stairs into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
I thought it might break the direct routing and we might do something else. Sounds out. Call of the Void. I mean, it was calling to me, man. Where are all these eyes coming from? What's going on? Can we get out there? And we've already been to the Void once. Okay. I was curious.
Congratulations, you really lucked out. Of all the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could have gotten.
I mean, we don't even know what this void is defined as. For all I know, we just wake up in another world, or maybe we would find the secret of creation at the heart of the void and become our own demiurge, and then create our own hero and our own princess to, you know, start the whole cycle anew. Maybe that's how it works. I don't frickin' know, guy. Mr. Smart Alec.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
Okay.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
This is exactly the kind of place that Paranoid would manifest.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is?
It is extremely weird.
No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement.
Well said, hero. Well said.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
I can understand that perspective, but I don't mind that much because we're learning every time and we keep coming back, so...
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
That is what occurred to me as being proper. We could also turn around,
I
probably.
wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Yeah, I would be surprised if she doesn't. Okay, go left, go right, do nothing, go back the way you came. What happens if I do nothing?
You decide it's best to do nothing.
That is what I decide at this moment.
There you are.
Ah, Frell!
I told you I was going to find you.
Well, that was fast.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
Oh man. Okay, well, it's a black dress this time, and her face is like a cracked porcelain mask.
Your arms quickly follow.
Oh, dude.
This is it, isn't it?
Well...
No little knife this time. It's almost like you want me to get you.
I would like us to find a resolution that does not involve stabbing or suffocation or just dying of paralysis.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
Oh. Okay, so the narrator's surprised. Interesting.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Should we let that happen? Should we let ourselves be hollowed out so that we can become a vessel too? If there's symmetry between the vessels, if there's a anima vessel and an animus vessel, like a male and a female vessel, does the egregore get to manifest completely or something in a yin-yang union?
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt.
Oh man, is that the end of the...
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Is the paranoid trying to keep us pumping? Like just out of sheer will?
Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open.
He's still saying it in the background. Oh my god, it's just like a little creepy susurrus now.
What are you doing?
What are we doing?
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death.
Dude. Alright, the voice of the paranoid is like our autonomic nervous system manifest. Like, he's like cortisol coming in, you know?
Okay, whatever you were doing, please just stop. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure.
Alright, let's go.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Well, go paranoid, yeah.
Lungs.
This is like a superpower, man.
Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
And she's like in this faux Disney princess innocent creepy mode.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
I don't know, man. I can barely move.
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
This is so strange.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission.
Narrator, with all due respect, which is not much respect, what am I supposed to do about my mission when I completely turn to boneless jellyfish mode every time we get near to Ghost Lady? What do you propose I do right now?
And how are we supposed to do that? We
Exactly.
don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen. That isn't my fault.
Everything is your fault, Narrator. As far as I can tell, everything is your fault.
Doesn't matter whose fault it is, because fighting her isn't an option right now.
She's not actually doing that much. We just are paranoid or like paralyzed for some reason. She's got like those long white ball gown gloves now.
Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
Interesting. Okay, why won't you finish me off? What good am I to you alive? What do you want from me? What happened after you killed me last time? I was sent here to stop you from destroying the world. You're a lunatic, you know that, right? If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation? How about I just kill you instead? We don't have to be enemies, we can work together, we can be friends even. Orca heart dance, lungs dance, liver dance, nerves. I'm not doing any of this, so I'm not helping you leave, and I'm not going to try and kill you, so do your worst. Remain with your nightmare. Interesting. Fine, you win, I'll let you leave. I can't stop her anyway. Okay, the one I'm most interested here, where was it? What good am I to you alive? What do you want from me?
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then...
There we go, that's information.
Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too.
Okay, so that's sort of the first route when we just killed her, but then we got stuck in the cabin. This almost feels like it's confirming the symmetry. If I'm not here to dream the world doesn't function, and if she's not here to dream the world doesn't function.
I don't think I can live without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature
She has
forever.
plans now.
I want to leave.
What are your plans?
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Okay. So, if you need me alive, then why did you threaten me on the stairs? Why didn't you try being nice to me? Or... And if I let you out, what then? Do we go our separate ways? Those are both interesting to me. If you need me alive, then why did you threaten me on the stairs? Why didn't you try to be nice to me?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
Yeah, Zark, you lady, that is not what we talked about, or what I'm talking about, and you know it.
And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me.
Yeah, well, it generated some sort of paranoid thingy in me, and now that's what's happening. Midabel, okay, so I think you do need to try and leave together in every iteration. It was that route in the damsel loop that triggered the princess getting taken and absorbed. Yeah, more or less, actually. It was us rescuing her and getting her out of the chains. Interesting. Okay.
You seem miserable.
Well, obviously I seem miserable. I can barely breathe and my heart can barely pump blood in Zarkov. Okay, and if I let you out, what then? Do we go our separate ways?
No, definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free.
Interesting. It's not an attractive prospect, being stuck in like an eternal bond with this thing.
Don't worry. I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
I don't believe you. Not even a little bit. Not in this form. But maybe we could keep her... Maybe that would empty us out. Maybe we'd get taken by the egregore. Being around you is agony. I'm not going to stick around. Okay. If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation?
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
So can we just stop? Like, paranoid, can you just, like, stop being paranoid, maybe? Okay, I think we're going to lean into trying to leave together. So we don't have to be enemies, we can work together, we can be friends even.
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
That added some weird sound effecty stuff, alright. Okay, alright, and what if I refuse to let you out? What happens then? I'm curious.
We're stuck down here together. Until you change your mind.
That seems like the likely outcome to me too. Okay.
Static, and a skipped beat as she touches your shoulder and whispers in your ear.
Oh no, did I lose the chance?
No! Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Oh dear.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Or until your heart finally gives out.
Okay, that's a good point.
And then, when you die, I'll find myself somewhere new. And before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works, right? This doesn't end until you let me out.
This does seem to be how it works. I'm not sure I appreciate her dancing Disney princess routine.
And a lot can happen before then. I'm sure I can get creative.
And the threats again. Okay, we don't need that. We don't need that. Okay, let's try leaving. Let's try leaving. Leave together.
What? No!
Yes! Zark, you narrator.
You come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
I think it's going to be horrible and terrible, but it will get us more information, so we're going to do it.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving.
Not this time, narrator.
Do you think you could just wrest control away from us?
Yes.
This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster?
Right. Okay, Paranoid's actually doing a pretty good job here.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Medibel, I love the design of this princess. Actually, yeah, this is one of my favorites so far. It's pretty cool. Very creepy, but pretty cool. Reminds me a bit of Nightmare Before Christmas, sort of combined with The Little Mermaid.
With a flick of the princess's wrist, the
Or,
stairs
sorry,
slide
Beauty and the
past
Beast.
into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment the
Oh, are we making the narrator do something? I kind of like that.
Now, you don't want to be stuck down here.
Okay, we are now following the princess out like a
Princess
puppy.
glides onto the stairs and beckons you to follow. If only you had a weapon, this would be the perfect opportunity to use it.
Yes, but I explicitly did not take that so that we wouldn't manifest violent options.
But we don't. We've already made our choice. We can still grab it on the way out.
Shh. I
You're
don't think
not
we're gonna do
wrong,
that.
But maybe you should let me handle the suggestions for the time being. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right. Heart. Liver.
Yeah, Metabella does have kind of a Disney Tim Burton look. Tim Burton, that's the other name I was looking for, yeah. Step on the stairs and follow the princess.
You step onto the basement stairs, following the princess as she ascends. Pins and needles punctuate your every step, an uncomfortable and constant reminder of your mortality.
Or my transient immortality.
Is this really worth it?
Dude, this is one iteration. We've already been through like 4.
At least it's a choice.
Yeah, like we're doing something. We'll do something else next time.
That doesn't justify anything. A terrible choice is still terrible.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have put us into this choice box.
Make sure you keep up. We wouldn't want you to fall.
The door doesn't seem like it's getting closer.
As if acting on instinct, you crane your neck and look behind you. There is nothing there.
There's eyes. There's lots of eyes.
The princess reaches the top of the stairs and taps on the door.
Wait a minute, there wasn't a door. There was not a door, right? On this route, we came in, there was no door. Now there's a door.
Her head twists back in your direction, watching you with dead eyes as the way out creaks open.
That is where the dagger was, but there was no door.
Don't forget that your pristine blade is still on the other side. You can still make this right. You can still save everyone. You can still save yourself from becoming her tormented pet.
I think we save ourselves by the world ending and it starting over. I want to carry this path out. Let's see what
There's no
happens.
harm in us having a weapon. All it does is give us more options, and we are dangerously low on those right now.
Shush.
Have you considered that maybe you could operate the autonomic nervous system for a bit? Everyone is trying to manipulate us, and I can only do so many things at once to keep us alive.
Paranoid has made a lot of sense at points. Like he's when it comes down to it, he's like the engine. Book called Armor by a guy named Stakely. It's like the psychological idea of the engine, that part of you that just does what it has to stay alive.
Heart. Liver? Your body seizes violently as you regain consciousness on the floor of the cabin.
Okay, Paranoid's taking over a bit.
No! You're doing it all wrong. You're supposed to do it like this. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. I guess I have to do everything around here, don't I?
Apparently, but I don't like Paranoid's getting a tone change, man. Yeah, I'm hittable. No, there wasn't. There wasn't a door.
Lungs,
Liver. Nerves. Heart.
There we go. Back with me where you belong. I thought you might have decided to break yourself just to spite me. It's better for you that you didn't.
This is so weird. So weird.
Now we can get back to business. For starters, we won't need this where we're going.
Where are we going?
The princess plucks the blade from the floor and tosses it through the door behind you.
Through the door.
Vanishes into the inky black of the basement, never to be seen again.
Okay, so there wasn't a door, and it was a much wider door, and there was a table, and now there isn't. I feel like we've been shunted into another iteration, although the faces are still there.
Guess we're not stabbing her in the back.
I guess we're not. Decision made.
I guess not. I'm going to fix myself a stiff drink. I'm about to watch you hand the world to her on a silver platter.
I'm gonna have a bit of
I'd rather
coffee.
not be sober.
And now you open the door.
There's nothing else for us to do. Liver. Nerves.
Okay. Step into the world. Let's see what happens.
The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. You bastard. You've actually done it. You've actually doomed everyone.
And the narrator drifts away. Now, I think that achievement... Sorry, I went by fast, but I think it said, World of Horrors, let your nightmare loose upon the world. So... Yeah, this time it's the cabin front door, but we definitely had a... Anyway. So this version does want to destroy the world. We now know this for sure. We now have an actual example of her not just destroying us, but wanting to take the world out. That feels important.
So cold, too. It's itching against my skin.
Ah, is the world going to destroy you in kind? The princess, exhausted, slumps to the ground.
Why is it so cold?
We took the narrator out. We actually took him out. We did! We manifested another vessel! We hollowed her out again into a single pathos. Oh, guys! Good job. I feel like that's actually an accomplishment. I feel like we actually did something this time. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
No, we don't need to try and find
What's
her.
that mirror again? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. Oh, we're talking to our hero now. It's gonna be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared. You know, let's just be reassuring.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It resets you guys.
Not in a good way.
But it doesn't reset us. Okay, we're gonna save here. Now we're a little over, but let's finish this routing. If that's okay with you guys. It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. I don't know about that. It's the end for you, but not for me. I'll see you on the other side. It's gonna be okay. I mean, they do get regenerated from me. And we will see them again afterwards. So let's be reassuring still.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. Can we trust you?
I don't know, can you trust me? You are me. So, like, you'll be regenerated if you're needed, I guess. Approach the mirror. Will we look different, guys? You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Same face. The bloat, you've grown. Interesting. Oh yeah, look, we look like this side doesn't, but this side does. We've gotten bloated. Guys, are we like part of the egregore? Like, do we whenever we take a vessel, is it like filling us in some way as well? This is kind of messed up. Midabel, yeah, I'm here for the end of this route. Hey, thank you for hanging, guys. Thank you very much, Midabel. Sunsail, dude, the black screen reflects you, isn't it? It does. It does. But we look different that time. Yeah, Midabel. Oh, so we do change. Good thinking on that. I figured we wouldn't. You find yourself in the long quiet. Once again, that's a nice name for it. The long quiet. Proceed to the cabin. There she is again. She looks different. The fire hands look the same, but she looks different. Midabel, what if it's all connected? I figure it is. I figure it must be. Approach her. So this is our second time.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
We've now given them 2 vessels. And we have bloated as a monster, as this thing is a little more manifest, is a little more real. Midabel, and everything in this game is just all various aspects of the same thing.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Now, you can mean a few things by that, because I one way or another, I think you're right. Certainly one of the primary things that's happening is this egregore thing, whatever it is using us to build it vessels. we might even be a manifestation of it in the first place. I don't know. But feel free to expand. Okay, explore. Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed? What does it feel like to change like this? When this is all done, do you know what you want to do? You know that at the end of this, once you've finished, I'm going to kill you, right? I don't know if that's... maybe. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you. Interesting. You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why? What do you want me to bring you next time? Do you have any thoughts on this vessel? I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be. Middle, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay. Alright. Because this does feel sort of like that. It may even be that the narrator is another generation of... is another manifestation of the complex, the egregorical complex that is us, her. Again, this all feels like a weird artificial pocket dimension, you know? Midabel, that we and the princess and even the narrator are fragments of a whole. Yeah. I think we're in the same basic sort of page here. How many more vessels do I need to bring you? What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them. Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Midabel, perhaps a whole that's trying to understand itself or remake itself. Yeah. That is definitely how this feels. This feels like something struggling towards creation, co-creation, manifestation. Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer? I mean, I doubt it can, but we'll ask it.
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say.
That is so true.
If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
It's funny, when I was younger, like, I'm a writer. When I was younger...
The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Also true. I worked very hard to express myself clearly in language. But eventually, as I got older, I got to a point where I started to realize the thoughts I was having and the being that I was going into places where language was no longer sufficient. And that was very destabilizing for a while, especially as a writer, because part of the way I defined myself was with my ability to express my thoughts and my feelings and things through words. But it's true. Language is a compression. Language is a squeezing down of a gestalt of thought and feeling, images, sensations, everything that is behind your eyes as you think, so to speak, has to be compressed into little linguistic packets that you squirt at other people and that are then unpacked by their own experiences into some approximation and expand out in them into their own gestalt. It's never quite the same. And what I had tried so hard to do was learn how to make that as clean a process as possible so that I could get across what should unpack well in other people's minds. You start to realize, though, there are whole realms of experience that are impossible to fit into linguistic compression. And it's much more clear to say, like, this is a good way of expressing that almost. Like, this being is building its understanding life by life, not word by word. The entire context, the entire gestalt of who this princess was becomes another building block for them. Anyway, sorry, I'm rhapsodizing, but what does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Mehetabel, Stephen King once said, "Words destroy the function of love. It puts a limit on what is limitless." One of my favorite quotes. It's a good one. So yeah, you take something numinous, something sublime, and you box it, you cage it in order to communicate some aspect of it, but you have to lose so much to do that. This is all done. Do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am. What I am is different from what I was.
That's what it's like for everyone.
I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Well, that sort of lines up with what we're doing here. I don't know if I'm going to kill her, so I don't think we're going to say that one. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
You can't go home again. To oversimplify. But yeah, you can never experience the same thing twice. And it wouldn't really be worthwhile to do so. Okay, you have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Interesting, but are we still? Is this like a shadow, ego, animus trinity or something? Like, what's going on? What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Aw, that's actually kind of sweet.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
That is a good perspective on this crazy situation. Okay. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel in particular?
This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart.
Yeah. The only thing she knows is how to hurt and how to feel hurt, both, I think.
Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
That is another very Gnostic statement. Many of the Gnostics and the Hermetics call this afterlife sort of numinous realm going home. They refer to it as going home. Okay. So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Interesting. What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
We must suffer to change.
I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Man, this game. It's amazing. Attack the entity, no. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, You have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky.
Okay, so...
And I yearn for more perspective.
Many more still. We've only done 2.
You will have your rest in due time. And I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
I don't know. If this was like real me experiencing it, you should be sorry for those burdens, but it's video game me, so this is actually awesome. I'm having a great time with this one. Okay, I don't know that I'm going to kill her, so I don't really want to say this, although I think I'm going to save in case, like, I can explore that later if I really want to. I'm worried this will lock me into a particular orientation on how we deal with her in the future. So I can destroy my body, or I can be I'm ready to go back. I might want to try this too at some point, but I think I'm going to say I'm ready to go back. I think I am. I certainly don't want to attack. Well, sounds like we have to mess up a lot of princesses for her, yeah. Although it sounds like each princess we mess up, we need to do it in like a distinctively different way. So I bet some of them are negative and some of them are positive. Maybe even some of them can be neutral in some ways. Like maybe we get like a Zen princess who completely empties out that way.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
Okay.
We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Is he gonna quit again? No, it takes me back. A terrifying vessel, bring the nightmare to her.
You're on a path in the woods.
Hey!
And at the end of that path
Cool.
is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
This is cool,
You're
guys.
here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
It seems like it's always the end of the world no matter what. So... that's a thing. Alright, yeah, it saves based on time, so we can know what the last one is. Sunsail, boy, I'm getting feels this stream. I've been getting a lot of them, yeah. Now a lot of them are like spooky, tingly feels, but also sort of a deep... There's a lot of compassion for... I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, but like it's a written narrative of bizarre proportions, and yet a ton of feeling for like very twisted iterations is coming up. It's pretty amazing. So I'm saying a lot of new words. Yeah, it's a lot. This is really well written, very expansive. Excuse me. Well, this game is amazing. I'm so glad you're playing it. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. The game is amazing. I'm really glad I'm playing it too. Since it is amazing. Yeah. This completely skipped over my radar. If it hadn't been for Weep Thief and Archie telling me they had checked this out. Yeah. Oh, Sunsail, what the hell is cloying? Cloying can refer to, I mean, you know, obviously look up a dictionary definition later. It can refer to something that clings to you in both a sense and in a personality sense. So, like, you can have a cloying scent. Yeah, I was going to say this well. Thick and sweet is usually how cloying is used. It emerges from that sense of clinging to you or being close and suffocating to you. So it can be a thick, sweet scent, or it can be a person that is adhering to you in a way that is too thick, too sweet. Anyway, yeah. Better to look up. I tend to stumble on that kind of thing. I think you made it all. All right, guys. I think I already saved. I think we're gonna go back to the menu. Sorry, just a moment. There we go. I did the extra stream on Sunday, and even though it's been a couple days, my voice is still a bit rough. And then we went long because this was good. Thank you guys for hanging out. This was a good one. I think kind of the perfect palate cleanser between Outer Wilds and Outer Wilds, you know? And so good times. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for hanging. Yeah, it was good times. It's always way better because you guys come along. I really, that's really what I enjoy the most about streaming, is everyone coming along for the adventure with me. Thank you. I'm sorry, one more second. I would like to outro without croaking. Voice, meow. Anyway, I will have a few days to rest my voice. Midabelle, thank you, Oshi, as always. It was lovely hanging out with all of you fine folk. Thank you too, Midabelle. It was lovely to have you too, as always. And for anyone out there watching, I never... oh, it's about to get creepy again. I never actually watch how many people are watching. Like, I never have that number visible because it kind of freaks me out. But thank you out there if you've been joining us. I've really appreciated having you all along. We'll do this one for at least one more week. There's clearly much more mystery to unravel here. But as you guys can hear, my voice is going. So thank you again. Please do consider following here or subscribing on the YouTubes if you're enjoying my stuff. It really does help me out. I really do appreciate it a lot. But yeah, guys, we'll be back in a week with more of this. We'll be back on Saturday with 9 Souls, and I'm gonna try and take care of my voice a bit better in the meantime. Thank you all again. So I will say, as always, meow for now. Take care, and peace.